Welcome, I'm Darren, and I'll be your guide today as I rank the draft pick rookie cards for basketball cards in 1992. This is kind of tricky because draft pick rookie cards, which really started in 1989, they had a really good run in 1990 and 1991 when we were excited about draft pick rookies. We really hadn't had that experience in cards for the most part. And we were big in subsets, and so that meant that there was a lot of opportunity to show really cool celebrations of the big stars that were coming into the league. But by 1992, we were kind of over that, and we were shifting over to where inserts were doing more of the heavy lifting. And for rookies, we were more interested in seeing them in the capacity of being the players on the team. That was really kind of the thing. So having cards that are just grand celebrations of, hey, this guy's a rookie, aren't you excited about that, wasn't as strong as had been in the past. And on top of that, with basketball, there were only 8 sets in 1992. I mean, that was it. So in previous videos I've done on this, I've looked at multiple sports at one time, which has allowed me to kind of spread things out. But in this case, I'm doing it sport by sport because in football and baseball, there's so many sets. In basketball, because there are only 8 sets, and the fact that 3 of those sets didn't do anything special for rookies, I'm stuck with only 5. And it's not like I can even kind of stretch it with the others, because Fleer cards look exactly the same. Well, Stadium Club, the cards look exactly the same. And then there's Topps Archive, which is almost a novelty in a way, and that ironically is a whole set built on showing what rookie cards of veteran players would have looked like. And the one thing that's missing from the set is rookie cards of the new rookies. There is one partial exception, but that's like a huge asterisk I'm not even going to get into. So instead, I've got to look at just 5 sets, and really 2 of those sets did a good job of celebrating the rookies. The others flagged them. That's kind of the best way to describe it. And so the bulk of this video is really just looking at cards that acknowledge that the player is a rookie. And that starts off with Topps. Now, Topps is not a good card. It's just not. The images are way too busy. The printing technology is really terrible. The card backs, I don't like those. And I don't like the colors on the ribbon. But I do have to acknowledge that when they flagged the rookies, they put some gold foil on there, which is a very delicate stamp that says 92 draft picks. And I really, really like that. I think it looks great. Now, we were all about gold foil in 1992, and Topps was entirely built around it. But unlike the parallel, which was just way too much, here with these cards, this was anything but way too much. This was just the right accent. And it made the cards really come out with this rich, lively quality that made them look cool. An otherwise bland card had something cool about it, and even today I think it still holds up well. If the rest of the card didn't just suck to high heaven, I'd say that this was actually pretty good, because when I look at it, it does all the things that I need for it to do. It doesn't do them well, but it does all the things it needs. And so I think that the trick they played was brilliant. I think that it was not enough to save the card. When I shift over to Skybox, Skybox is the polar opposite. It is a great card design. And for the design for all of the players, and it really makes you excited about what they're going to do for the rookies, but for the rookies, they're done exactly the same as the regular cards in the set, with the exception of they have a little logo for the draft. That's the only difference that they made. And that's where the problem for this card lies, is the fact that this was a card where they could easily have done something significant. They really should have. They could have taken the color box or the color fade for the team and done that like a gold fade. I know that because they actually have an insert set where they did pretty much that. So in the regular set, I wish that they'd done something that made the cards look a little bit different, except for the logo. The logo still looks good, but I want them to celebrate. And they just didn't do that. And that's the problem that I have with the Skybox cards. They look way better than the Topps cards, but the Topps cards are having fun with the draft pick rookies. Here, it's almost like they're acknowledging it in a way. But again, like I said, they had an insert set. That's where they really put their energy, but we're not talking about inserts here. We're talking about the actual draft pick or the actual rookie cards of the players, which is a main set release. So This is what we've got. But if you want to see how to do both of those things at the same time, make a great card and have fun celebrating the draft pick rookies, you look at Ultra. And Ultra absolutely nailed it. This is exactly what you're looking for. It's a really, really good card. Just the design of it is just, I love the way that the design looks. And on top of that, the images are printed quite well. They're not the best images in the world, but still they do look good on this really nice card. But all they needed to do was to take the Ultra logo and add a banner down from it in gold foil. And the way that comes through is really strong and really awesome. I love it. Every time I look at these cards, I look at it and I go, see that? That is how you get excited about a rookie. Even though it's not done any further in, still, when you look at it, you know it's a rookie and you get excited about it. That's what these cards are supposed to do, and Ultra absolutely nailed it. I do wish, though, that they had done something more, that they had done something where the card stands out a bit more. Maybe not a full-blown subset, but at least really play around with the idea of the distinction of these players not yet having been a part of the league. And so for that, I shift over to number 2, which is NBA Hoops. And do understand, I'm not saying that Hoops is better than Ultra. Far, far, far from it. It's just we're moving into a new category. And the category of 2 starts at the bottom with NBA Hoops. Now, the regular Hoops cards were already tenuous in terms of their design. I think they looked better than the 91 set, but that's what you're grading the 92 set by. You're not grading it versus everything else, because versus everything else, it really didn't hold up well. But it did have a cool fade on the side where the player name was, where the image goes in behind. And here they replaced that with gold, just with gold. Now they do have the rookie text. I like the rookie text, and I look at that and I say, see, you could have used that on the Skybox card, but they didn't. But here at least they did have the rookie text. So with the text down at the bottom and with the gold banner down the side, you get all the things that you want for the card to look extremely distinct. It pulls your eye in and gets you excited for the rookie. Ironically, every time I look at this, I'm always surprised that the player is in his NBA uniform and not in his college uniform. Just kind of weird. But the problem is that the card was not designed for this. And so where the main set cards, the image actually fades out all the way to the proper border. In this case, it gets a little bit more truncated, it's boxier, it gets more claustrophobic, and the gold is very powerful. It doesn't completely dominate the card, but it dominates your attention. And so the card I think that it's actually a lesser card in the set rather than a greater card. But I am glad that they at least tried to do something special and made the cards very distinctive. So that this is one of those cards that does stand out as a rookie card. But we can easily see how you do it right by looking at the last man standing, the best draft pick rookie card of 1992 for basketball, and really an all-timer, and that is Upper Deck, obviously. Now, this card is so good, I might put it as the best Upper Deck card ever. Now, Upper Deck was getting better, and they were leading up to their magnificent 1993 year where they did basically just about everything better than just about any other time in Upper Deck's history, except for in the case of rookies. They let it off here in 92-93 with just an all-time great card, which does everything right. It has a full bleed card, which allows the image, if the image is selected right and presented right, to be magnificent, and they did. Now they have some action shots, they have some college action shots, and they also have some portraits. So they have all 3 different ways that you can see the rookies, which gives some good variety. All the images are selected well, and they're all enunciated. The colors, the contrast, everything comes out so that all of these cards are designed to just pop right out and grab your attention. And they were starting the set off with this too, just gets you so excited. I love the way that it looks. But on top of that, they have the color ribbon down at the bottom. And here, because it's actually free floating, it does all the things it could potentially do. It does them all right. It really pulls it off. Because here, now you just have the richness of the color and you have the delicate gold band around the outside. And you combine those two together and it just is phenomenal. It really is amazing. Every time I look at these rookie cards, I go, why? Why didn't you just do this every year? Something, please. This is too good to have been stuck in just 1 year. I am glad that we got it for 1 year though. So there is that. And I've also got to give them credit because on the card back, it looks different. It looks different, so it seems like a draft pick rookie card back. And I give them credit for that too, because in the case of the others, they didn't do that. NBA Hoops did have the little logo, but apart from that, it was pretty much just this. So the card front and back is really great. And I am excited to. This is the kind of design where I'm not just excited to see how it fares against all of 1992. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to be number one. I'm actually wondering how good this is going to hold up across all cards. Now, it's going to take me a long time to get to that point, to the point where I can actually sit down and look at the all-time greatest rookie card of all time, even just for the 90s. But this is a short list for the top, if not at the top. Man, I love these cards. So yeah, that's where I am with basketball. That's how I rank the basketball cards. I have the 3 and then I have the 2. And the top 2 obviously are Upper Deck, the tops, and Ultra is easily the best of the non-true draft pick celebration cards, period. So those are the 2 cards that are the best looking rookie cards for basketball in 1992. I am going to be looking at the other 3 sports, and then I'm going to be doing my worst of and my best of. Those are videos I'm going to do down the road. And if you haven't already seen the video I did on 92 basketball and the others, definitely do check that out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and make sure that you do ring the bell to be notified. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.